Why, hello, hello. Yes, we're back with presentation. Now, if you don't know, I did a video it was my return video, where I was literally just watching my honors presentation speech, because I did it on Brony things, and I kind of just gave my commentary on it, what I did and such. I also said that I had an informative speech coming up, 5 to 7 minutes this time, and I was going to do the Brony presentation again, but refined. And here we are. I did the presentation, and it has been recorded. We're just going to watch it. Also, I have cereal. Do indeed have some Frosted Flakes with me. So I'm going to be eating that while we're watching it. And also, I was going to say something else. Isn't that life? But hang on just a ding ding diddly doo ba dee ba boo ba ba doo ba dee ba second. What are you seeing here on the screen? Well, I have to do a speech evaluation for this speech, So, while we're doing this, while I'm reacting to my own speech, I'm going to be doing a college assignment. But, question 1 is, before watching your speech, what is your overall estimation of your performance? So, question 1. So, before watching the speech, I don't know why I made that noise, but honestly, I think I did pretty decent. I think I did good. Compared to my standards, gonna be honest, I think my speech was just kind of just alright, just okay. I feel like I could have done a lot better, because honestly, I got lazy. I didn't practice my speech as much as I should have, and there was, some parts of the speech where I'm just I could have refined that better. I could have, not been a couch potatoing. I could have refined it a little bit better, especially my third point. I feel like my third point really could have used some work, but we'll get to that. The cereal's already catching up to me. But I'm going to tell you this. Everybody else's speech, I'm sorry, it was kind of boring. Really boring. Everybody just kind of made their speech kind of like a checklist. Because it was information, credibility, blah, 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 point 1, 3 main points, 3 sub points in each main point. And it was organized in such a way where you could just know they were just they're on their third sub point now. There's nothing wrong with that. It just makes the speech more boring, And there were some topics that were just heck yeah, I can get interested in that. That seems like a pretty interesting topic. And it was another boring presentation. I hate to be mean, but I can't hold this in any longer. Just So overall, I think my speech was the most unique and interesting, which biased over here. Yes, I am of course biased, but of course I'm not going to show you the other speeches, one, because I don't have them, and two, I'm not going to watch other people's speeches and post them to YouTube. That would be stupid. Anyway, let's get into it. I wonder what the sound's gonna be like. Why would you hate Arch? The sound sucks. Sound sucks. What the heck? This is my phone that's recording this. What the heck, phone? What's wrong with you? Let me get subtitles in. Arch? Yes. Why would you hate Arch? No, okay, so if you didn't hear, I said, why would you hate art? Oh my god, the audio is so bad! It's so bad! fine. But hey, you know what? The guy holding the, or no, it was no, it was a girl that was holding the camera. I forgot who was holding the camera, or somebody laughed. So you know what? Hey.
But I can see the cold dead stare.
See, you don't know this, but I flipped to the here's my resume slide really early because I just forgot to say something in that little intro bit. I don't remember what it was, but I just flipped to this and like I had like a moment of panic right here. Just a slight moment of panic.
I can see the cold dead stares on your face.
Panic. But I bring it back.
To answer the question, why do Brony exist? Well, you see, I have brought a resume. You see, I watched the show 3 times.
Also, I should probably mention the get up. No, nobody else was dressed like this. I was the only one who was dressed like this because honestly, I thought it would be really funny to just show up to present Brony things, to present about My Little Pony and the most like, like some like professional get up over here.
I have seen, for the past 3 years, I have seen countless creations of My Little Pony, and I am a big Brony. And you may be asking
The credibility statement that was required.
yourself, did he say brownie? No, I said Brony. See, Brony is basically
And then there's that one. There was this one guy. I'm like looking at him right now. There was this one guy who started laughing because of that, and the guy that laughed was the inspiration behind the whole brownie thing. Because I said, like one class time, I said what my presentation was gonna be about, and I said it was gonna be about the bronies, and this guy was just like, "Did you say brownies?" I'm like, "No." I said brony. So I don't know if it was laughing because of the picture or because of the brownie bit. We'll never know.
an adult male who's been in the show, My Little Pony Adventure. You may also be asking yourself, My Little Pony, isn't that a show for little girls? You'd be correct, but hear me out, guys. The show is actually quality. But it wasn't always like that. See, Hasbro becomes
See now I'm getting into the groove of it. See now I've gotten past like the jitters, the kind of messed up intro. So I'm like, okay, I've got the smoothness flowing now. Let's go for it.
company in charge of the movie franchise had created 3 separate iterations of the show before. They were all marketed towards little girls, and guess what? They all sucked. What did it sell?
Not My Little Ponytails though. I will clarify, not My Little Ponytails. I may be asking yourself, oh, then why would you say they all suck if that's not what you actually believe? Well, one, because of time, I didn't want to clarify that My Little Pony Tales was actually a decent show. 2, it kind of helps with the point I'm trying to make here. And 3, I did not want to explain what My Little Pony Tales was. It just would have been too much for the speech, and it would have subtracted from the whole speech, I guess. I could have also just like not mentioned that they all sucked and kind of I could have just moved on. But the point that the quote unquote all sucked, I say it helps with the speech, with the main point of the speech. Lord F. Yes, my favorite show creator, Lord F.
Imagine that there was an actually good show that was created, and it made Hasbro a big stack, according to 2014.
Said Moolah. Also, I forgot to mention these note cards on the thing here. So, because I didn't practice this speech as much as I did the honors presentation one, I realized that I was probably going to need note cards. So I had this whole system here. The ones I'm holding right now are the intro note cards because we're still in the intro, yeah. And then the rest of these are like main point 1, main point 2, main point 3, and conclusion. And I was supposed to like, okay, so I'm done with the intro. So let's put this down and pick up up the next one. We'll get to that.
Annual report by Hasbro themselves, My Little Pony had a record that year, grossing over 1 billion smackaroos in global retail sales. In other words, money.
Had to do the Mr. Krabs.
Usually, though, the show doesn't get too popular without some sort of special factor.
Damn, I'm not gonna lie. That moment right there where I flipped to look at the card, that felt so much longer while I was doing it. And I had another like brain moment panic. But like watching that was honestly like very short. Damn.
Pleasurable special factor? Unexpected quality.
Oh, I do pick up the card! Oh, this is main point 1. Oh, sorry. Main point 1, main point 2, main point 3 in conclusion.
Look at this animation and tell me with a straight face, oh, I don't know, it seems kind of boring and lame. Who are you?
Seriously, who are you?
It honestly has some very good animation, and there's still many impressive scenes that got added to this day. Another reason is the stack.
Yes, I did reuse the same GIF from the honors presentation. If you did not see that, I did reuse the same GIF. I felt like I had to use it. I had an obligation.
Lineup and the cast. Of course, you already had the creator who had worked in shows previously, like Foster Stone for Imaginary Friends and
Foster Stone. Foster Stone.
You might already know. The voice acting had people like John Delancey, Tara Strong, Cole Oliver. You might know Tara Strong from roles like Timmy Turner, Harley Quinn, or Raven from Teen Titans. Those had Daniel Ingram, a master musician.
What'd I just do?
Those had
Spoilers! Spoilers. I'm sorry. I just screamed. I screamed in your ears. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to do that. I apologize. But you know, spoilers. What the heck, man?
Daniel Ingram, a master musician who was in charge of songs and LP. This man has won awards and written songs for stars such as Emily Blunt, Christian Noah, and Weird Al Yankovic, surprisingly. The show is also very tightly written, as evidenced by the season 7 episode, The Purple Hair. And yes, if you were wondering, that is indeed on They Love Congress. This episode has...
Nobody laughed at that one, and I'm sad. Nobody laughed at the pun joke. What the heck? I'm a sham. I'm a shimmy. I'm a shimmalama ding dong.
Rating of 9.5 out of 10 on IMDb. If you were to watch any episode of the show, I highly recommend it being this one.
I agree. This episode is so damn good. Also, I feel like my speech patterns or like my talking is getting less enthusiastic, less energetic, which is really weird. What's going on here, buddy? Walk us through your pain. You know, walk us through your process. What's going on, man? We're here for you. Also, I woke up very tired this day. Because I had like an 8 a.m. class and I woke up at like 7:10, so I was pretty tired, and I went to bed at like 1. Like it was like 12:30ish or 1. I don't remember what time. But I ended up taking my first ever purposeful nap that day because I thought if I took a purposeful nap for like 3 hours, I would wake up more energized, more refreshed, and able to like practice my speech a little bit more so that I can go in and nail it. I was more tired. The nap made me more tired, and I'm upset. I'm upset.
I hope you begin to understand why Bronies do indeed love the show. Speaking of Bronies, let's get back to them, shall we, and discuss where they came from in the first place. Well,
bro, that stutter. I'm mad.
see, 4chan, many users of 4chan decided that one day that when the show came out, they were going to...
Oh, I think this is also when, I think at this point I realized that, oh shoot, I haven't picked up the main point 2 cards yet, because I'm in main point 2 now, and I'm just like, oh shoot, I don't think I can pick them up now, so I'm gonna just roll with it, and I'm like, okay, just keep going.
Ironically, they're going to ironically launch a show. And, hold on a second. What the heck is 4chan? Well, 4chan is a chatting site where anybody any specific thing while also being able to remain completely anonymous. Yeah, 4chan is a very toxic place.
I can't remember if I like went to the next slide to like remember where I was in my place, or I just like I thought that was the next I was supposed to click there, and I'm just like, oh, nope, we're going back.
According to Samuel Greenberg, a writer for Wikipedia, 4chan housed neo-Nazis, white supremacists, a lot of harassment, and generally had a lot of controversies tied to it. This is not DeBrony's many papers.
Bro, my speaking is not enthusiastic. It's not energy. What is happening? What is happening? What is wrong with me? I'm actually so upset. Usually, I don't really have a problem with speaking more energetically and speaking more like, I guess, interestingly. I guess you would call it. But this is not me, brother. This is not me. How actually dare you past me? How actually dare you?
You see, this led to, once the show eventually did come out, users on 4chan decided they ironically watched it, and they decided that they unironically enjoyed it. This led to the first mention of the word Brony, and the start of the community. Back then, you could not escape word of the show.
Back then, you could not escape.
If you were on the internet, you would be hearing about the show, and it led to more people getting curious about the show, watching the show, and contributing more to the spread of Bronies. It spread so quickly, in fact, that the news picked up on it, and decided to report on the anomaly that was the Bronies. The mainstream media, however, was not
Okay. My voice is starting to come back a little bit.
kind to Bronies, calling them losers, and many other words I will not say.
Like pedophiles.
Yeah. It kind of led to this rise of this negative stereotype that Bronies had.
I'm saying too much.
But people who saw this negative stereotype as a truth, they kind of neglected to kind of see the other remarkable things that Bronies have done. Like that being Bronies for good. A dedicated group of Bronies who advertise different charities, Seeds of Kindness, who are another dedicated group of Bronies focused on spreading positivity, kindness around the world, and also raising money for charities. And you have 100 plus Brony collaborations, all singing the song
Woo!
which is also a charity.
I did the thing. I literally did this multiple times during practicing for my speech with the slides, where I went to the next slide before I was supposed to, and I said to myself, "Okay, remember with the you on that you will be found slide. You cannot do not go to the next slide until you say the thing." And I still did it. I still went to the next slide. I'm just like, Mamma Mia. Anyway.
Dedicated to the show, but also to bettering the world around them, and also charities. See,
again, my delivery is lacking. It is lacking. Slacker.
but there is a not so great part of the community that some people might know, and it existed back in the early days of the fandom. It is like there are some decent.
I don't know why I said existed back in the early days of the fandom. Like, it still technically... What I'm talking about here is, like, you know, that disturbing type of fan content. You know, like... Of course, there's some good cases of, like, disturbing MLP fan content. I'm not saying all of it's bad. A lot of it's good, actually. But I'm talking about, like, bad stuff. Like, there's this one really horrible fan fiction that I remember listening to at some point. I forgot what it was called, which is probably for the best, because you guys do not want to hear that one. Like, I'm normally a person who's like, I can handle pretty much any like gross, degenerate, horrible thing. It'd be like come out of it like, yeah, that was pretty horrible, but kind of just like move on with my day. This though, no, just no, man. It was horrible.
And content that is indeed disturbing. And I'm not gonna lie, yeah, some of it is very bad. But it is not representative of the whole community. Focusing on the bad stuff underscores all the creative talent that goes into some of the indeed really good kid-friendly stuff, and it's honestly some of the non-kid-friendly stuff that exists in the community, because some of it is actually pretty good and worth of note. But here comes the big reason why many people came to hate Friends.
We're here with the third point. The third point that sucks in my eyes. I hate this third point. But I was too lazy to change it.
Many people who look at the Brony community think that no Bronies have any of those like masculine traits, and
Which I still kind of believe somewhat. I do think that there are people out there who look at a Brony, like who's a man, and are just like, man, you don't have any masculine traits. What's wrong with you? But not gonna get into that.
Like, oh, this man's not masculine. Oh, that's kind of weird. That's a problem. But you see,
Also, that little sentence right there, completely improvised. I'm just like, yes. You see, because the thing is that I kept rehearsing my speech script, and every single time I was talking about this point, I'm just like, I feel like there needs to be one more sentence to really drive that point home why I'm talking about masculinity. And that sentence right there does it. That does it for me. I'm just like, yes.
there are actually Bronies who have masculine traits. As the manliest Brony in the world, that's the cat. And also, there are actual people in the military who are Bronies. Just because a man isn't exactly manly does not really make them a loser or a bad person. Gender and societal norms have also changed over time. We got rid of slavery, so I think it's too far-fetched to believe that femininity and masculinity can also change over time.
See, I was really worried about that slavery line because, like, I didn't know what the line was when it came to, like, kind of more serious stuff, you know? While it's, like, a short mention of slavery, yeah. And I also talked about, like, the whole neo-Nazi 4chan thing. Was a little bit worried about those two things, but there were some presentations that were a lot more, like, serious, a lot more, like disturbingly, talking about disturbing things. So I'm like, okay. So I'm fine with these statements. That's pretty cool.
An example of this would be, according to William Kramer, a journalist on BBC News, men used to be the ones who wear high heels because for practical purposes. And
Practical, not prival. Practical.
this is kind of lessens this strict concept that we need to
Strict.
perfectly stick to a clear idea of what femininity is. And if change is just going to keep happening over and over again, why does it matter when it comes to watching the show My Little Pony? Well, let's take some
Freaking skateboarder guy. I'm telling you, every single Tuesday when I'm in this class, that skateboarder guy out there, he's doing skateboarding things every time, every week, and it's honestly, it's funny.
Let's take a look at some of the other societies.
Gotta respect the grind for this. You gotta respect the skateboard grind.
Star Trek, go to the conventions. This is generally seen as more normal than watching My Little Pony. Scream over a music artist at a concert or over a football game, also seen as more normal.
See, I'm also mad about this one because this and that last slide should have been switched around. Those two should have been switched around, and I'm so upset that I did not switch it. Like, again, I was just lazy. I was lazy and I didn't switch it.
Sit in your room and watch My Little Pony. So that's just how no one says. What are you doing? To make a long story short, MOP and the Bronies have many great qualities to them that I believe should get them to be at least somewhat respectful. through the spread of a negative stereotype and traditional masculinity, the community, the show, has kind of gained this negative stigma that is still unable to be shaken off this very day. It's not always a bad idea to question the stuff that everyone believes in. See, Bronies exist because of dedication, passion, proving the world wrong. In my eyes, Bronies are art. So tell me, why would you hate art?
Oh, recommendations! Oh! As you can see there at the very end, like, nobody clapped because, like, because they didn't know the speech was over. But then they realized they were just like, oh, and then everybody, the clapping and such. The professor said, and I quote, "Well, that was fun." That was it. But yeah, on to the actual freaking assignment. What kind of impression did you make in your introduction? Did you cover all components of the introduction? Was your conclusion complete? I'm sorry. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Was your conclusion complete? I think it was pretty complete, honestly. I think my speech was very complete. I mean, my conclusion was very complete. I like to compete. You know what? Don't know why I just created another slide there, but okay. I've realized that doing a college assignment as part of this video is really boring. It is stupid, and I'm giving up on that idea. And we're just gonna look at the slides because that's what I did last time, and I like doing slides. So here we have the coveted black screen, black slide over here that I did for the other presentation. This one, back when I was first making these slides, this also served to be as the purpose of like, oh, what's this guy presenting? What could it be about? And then, bam, shocker, it's MLP. Whoa, I can't believe it. That's what originally was going to be, but then people knew I was already doing the Brony presentation, so this kind of had like a different purpose, which you'll see later on with the... We're 107? 107? There we go. We're back. We're back. But yeah, you'll see later on with like these slides. I'll get into that later. But yeah, we have this beginning slide, which I love this slide. I really do love this slide. I think it's pretty cool. Enter if you dare, and I really love the enter if you want slide. Just I love it, and I also did kind of like a fun thing with the font. Kind of how like you have like the chiller font here to kind of represent like, oh, My Little Pony, oh no. Also background. Oh, oh shoot. But yeah, like the chiller, like, oh god, it's My Little Pony. Oh no, oh my god, I can't believe this guy's gonna watch My Little Pony. Going to talk about My Little Pony, and then by the end, you're just like the font's like more like elegant, more like, yeah, you know what? That presentation actually wasn't that bad, you know? I kind of like the font represents the shift and the change of mind when it comes to this presentation, which I honestly don't think I shifted anybody's mind. I think people are just like, oh, that was a presentation. Oh, it was kind of funny, you know? Because one of the persons there, the girl that was recording my presentation, said my presentation was quote unquote funny. I mean, I'll take it. But yeah. And then we have this one. Here's my resume. Also like this slide. This slide was introduced later on when I was like refining my introduction. I was like, okay, well, I need a slide to represent the brownie and the brony. So I did that. This one was made early on. I like this slide as well. Also, kind of like this slide. I just found this on Google, and I'm just like, oh, that's kind of interesting. So I see if it was like transparent. So I'm just like, oh, it is. So I'm just like, just slap it in there, you know, for some extra flair. Also really like this slide. I love the money thing here, the bottom, and then like the freaking thing. And yes, this graph was taken from the Brony Chronicles Part 2. If you don't remember that thing, that documentary, I did indeed watch it on the channel. Money. It's a good slide. Then you have the black slide here. Servants, I guess, I don't know why I didn't. Actually, yeah, why didn't I make this one more... I guess maybe because at this point, the audience is still like, oh, My Little Pony, ew. Which, honestly, like, I understand. Like, college students are a lot more open-minded than the older generations. And, a lot of college students either just don't care that you like My Little Pony, or think it's cool, or just like, yeah, cool, yeah, you watch My Little Pony? You do you, man. That's, like, honestly a lot of college students. And... by the like, I was kind of already committed to the idea of doing this, and I was just like, yeah, I just kind of want to do this anyway. So, the whole idea of presenting this My Little Pony speech as kind of both like an informative speech, but also like a persuasive speech there should be some respect for for MLP and the Bronies. It's just like I just don't feel like it really works with the college student audience, because they already just, they're not their audience that hates Bronies or hates My Little Pony because you know the reasons. So I don't know. I just feel like it should have been more just informative and fun rather than just persuasive and a little bit of twinge of seriousness, which I'll get into later. And then, of course, you have this with the little lines there for extra decoration. Yahoo! You have this one. And this is where the slides start to turn more into, like, creativeness, into more of, like, example slides, where, like, I'm not really putting enough work into the slide to make it feel like me, because, honestly, I needed to get a lot of slides done really quickly. Like, this one is literally just a screenshotted background with the words "the perfect pair" on it. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the way this slide looks. It looks so good, but that's because of the show itself, because the show made this shot look so good, and I just added the word "perfect pair." I didn't do anything. Then you have this one also representing, like, shift and change of mind from, like, more dark to light, I guess. 4chan. This is where the slides really start to get lazy, where I slapped a heckin' 4chan transparent PNG on a fire background. This one was introduced later on when I was refining one of the main point too. But I really like how this one turned out. Put a little sparkle thing here to make it seem like, woo, the origin of the Brony. But I really like how this slide turned out. It's simple, but it feels like it has heart put into it, and kind of like some funness put into it. I like it. This one is also pretty simple, but this was also like this black box was also kind of in the last Brony presentation. A sly little reference, if you will. It took me forever to figure out how to make this slide like actually look good, and I still don't think it looks that good. Mainly because the flag is just like really simple and kind of just generic. I try to make it more interesting via the colors and like the line there and the Bronies for good thing, but honestly it's fine. It just still doesn't look that appealing to me, I guess. Same with this one. I feel like this one also looks pretty good, but it's just also just example, put some stars. Oh, it looks fine, but it's literally just a thing. Just thing. This one, I also do like the slide as well, but it's literally just background text. Move the text. Then you have this one. This is literally half a meme. This was half a meme. I didn't even include the full meme because I was still a little bit of like the other half of the meme had a scary pony on it. Oh no. So I was a little worried that the audience would have been like, ooh, scary pony, what the freak? And it kind of would have distracted, I guess. I don't know. But I added this circle later on because the slide looked kind of boring. And again, just generic green, like generic colored green background, generic brown colored background, generic red colored background. Space background. It's pretty cool. And then this one also, yeah. color thing here as well. And this also slide used to have a different background. I think, yeah, this used to have like a generic black background, but I'm like, okay, no, I can't have all these slides be like generic color background. So I later on added like the convention background because I honestly couldn't think of anything to put as a background. So I'm just like, you know what? This background looks kind of good for the convention. Doesn't really feel related, but you know what? We're going to do it. And I did it. It was kind of cool. Wait. You should be like more down. So should you. My ADHD, my OCD. Not ADHD, OCD. I think that's... Moving on. Manliest Brony in the world. This also used to have generic color background and just manliest Brony in the world, but added a motorcycle, did the highlighted thing. Pretty cool. I also really like the slide, how the background kind of fits into the shape of the two pictures in the so manly text. I like this one. I think it's kind of funny. And also Pinkie Pie just going off to war. So it also is just generic kind of color background, but except it's pink and blue because female pink, man blue. You can see what I'm putting down here. So though I don't really like this slide that much. It's alright. And also I try to put like a blurry little line here, but I try to do like something weird with like a shadow. Like the shadow of like a shape, but I could not make it work. And I was just like, oh, well, guess we're not doing that. These slides, I like how these slides look. They turn out pretty clean. But again, also just kind of lazy with just like color, picture. That's it. And then this one has the creativeness put back into it, which I like. And then just white slide. So overall, I think my speech, this run through, I like my honors presentation speech better. I think this one was a little bit more like structure-wise. It was a lot better structure-wise and time-wise, even though I did go over the time limit. It was like almost 9 minutes and the cutoff was 7 minutes. That's okay. Yeah, I think just structure and writing-wise, it was better. But like in terms of like enjoyment, entertainment, delivery, and just being me, this one's lacking. This one's lacking. I feel like I just didn't have the heart I had in the last one for this one. It wasn't there, you know? I wasn't having fun with it. Because towards the end of it, I was really just like, man, I don't want to practice the speech. I don't want to do this, man. I just want the speech to be over. And that's not what I want when I'm doing a speech. With the honors presentation speech, I was nervous, but I was also kind of excited to present it. This one, I was not excited to present it at all. So I'm thinking with the next speech I do, the next one I'm going to be doing is a 60-second ad. So that should be more fun. And I'm definitely going to be switching more into like a me kind of entertainment, kind of just like, let me just be me. Do not worry about like all this, like, you gotta be more professional. Yeah, like I do need to be more professional. And this was my attempt at being a little bit more professional. But I think I went a little bit too professional. I'm still trying to find that balance between being professional, but also being me, you know? But I think this is a good learning experience for that. Anyway, how long have I been recording for? I'm recording like an 8-minute speech for like 39 minutes. Oh, that's just grand. That's just, my God. Okay, bye.